Have you ever had one of those days where you feel like you're running on a treadmill, but you're not actually going anywhere? You have this whole list of things you want to do, study, work, pray, but when the day ends, you've barely checked off a single thing. Well, today, we're going to dive into a powerful time management system that's been around for 1,400 years. And seriously, it might just be the key to helping you get more done in one day than you used to in a week. So first things first, let's talk about why our perfectly crafted plans, well, why they so often just completely fall apart. We've all been there, right? We sit down, we map out the perfect day, and we're full of optimism, but something always seems to get in the way. You know that feeling? You've got your new planner, your colored pens, you're ready to take on the world. You scheduled every single hour with almost military precision. And then, life happens. A phone call you weren't expecting, a task that takes way longer than you thought, and just like that, the entire beautiful structure you built just shatters. Yeah, so the plan on paper looks amazing. Wake up at 5 a.m., pray, hit the gym, study for 4 hours straight. But what actually happens? You wake up at 10, spend an hour scrolling on your phone, and then spend the rest of the day trying to cram everything in, which of course leaves you feeling totally drained and defeated by the time night rolls around. But here's the thing I really want you to hear. This isn't a personal failure. It's not about a lack of willpower. The real problem is the system itself. These traditional time management methods that we're all taught, they have a fatal flaw. And that flaw is exactly what brings us to a much, much older solution. A system that's built not around the hands of a clock, but around something way more valuable, and honestly, something we almost always forget about, our energy. And that's the core idea right there. We are obsessed with managing our time, but we completely forget to manage our energy. I mean, think about it. What good is a perfectly planned schedule if you don't have the mental or physical fuel to actually get it done? This is where the Islamic system completely flips the script. At the very heart of this system is a concept called Barakah. The best way to think of it is like getting into a state of flow, where your efforts just feel amplified. It's not about trying to magically add more hours to your day. It's about increasing what you can get done with way less stress in the time you already have. It's kind of like a divine productivity boost. And this prophetic saying really nails the starting point. The whole system is anchored in this idea that the early morning holds a very special kind of blessing, a unique potential. It's all about catching that wave of peak energy right at the start of the day. So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, in this system, your day isn't broken down into hours. It revolves around the 5 daily prayers. And these prayers, they aren't interruptions to your productivity. They are the very framework for your productivity. You can see how the day is structured around these 5 key moments. You wake up before Fajr, the dawn prayer, when your mind is at its absolute sharpest, and you use that peak energy to crush your most difficult task. Then at Dhuhr, midday, you hit a major reset button with prayer and a short nap to avoid that afternoon slump. The afternoon after Asr is perfect for lighter stuff, reading, chores, less brain-intensive work. Maghrib at sunset is your time to wind down. And after Isha, the night prayer, you prepare for a full rest so you can do it all over again. Okay, the absolute best way to think about this is to imagine your energy like your phone's battery. You wouldn't let it drain all the way down to 0 before you charge it, right? No, you plug it in periodically to keep it topped up. The 5 prayers are your scheduled charging points, making sure you never, ever run on empty. And that midday recharge, it's a total game changer. It's called the Qailulah, or the midday nap, and it is a cornerstone of this whole practice. This isn't laziness, it is a strategic reboot. And what's wild is that modern science completely backs this up, showing how power naps boost cognitive function. This ancient practice basically gives you a second morning, letting you start the back half of your day with full power. But this system, it goes so much deeper than just managing your physical energy. It's really designed to align your mind, your body, and your spirit, which creates this incredible sense of inner peace and focus that fuels everything else you do. So each prayer acts like a total system reset. Just picture it. You've been working for a couple of hours. That brain fog is starting to creep in, and then boom, it's time to step away. You completely detach from the chaos. You reconnect with your purpose, and then you come back to your work totally refreshed. It's a built-in defense against burnout. And this leads to some amazing psychological benefits. For one, it forces you to be mindful, pulling you out of the craziness of the day 5 times a day. It also makes you more resilient. If you totally mess up your morning, who cares? The noon prayer is a brand new start. You don't have to write off the whole day. And finally, it encourages gratitude and constantly reminds you of your deeper why, which is the ultimate motivation, isn't it? And this, right here, is the key difference. A rigid hour-by-hour planner is so brittle. One missed task makes you feel guilty, and the whole day feels like a failure. But this system, it's built on flexibility. It literally has 5 restart buttons built into your day, teaching you to adapt and move on with grace instead of guilt. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a huge, overwhelming change. But here's the good news. Getting started is actually incredibly simple. You do not have to overhaul your entire life overnight. So here's your action plan. Just start with one anchor. Just for tomorrow, try waking up for Fajr. Use that first block of time, that golden hour of peak focus, and dedicate it to your single most important task. Don't even worry about the rest of the day yet. Just do that one thing. See how amazing it feels to get your biggest win of the day done before most people have even had their first cup of coffee. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about cramming more stuff into your schedule. It's about living with intention, with peace, and with a rhythm that actually works with your natural energy, not against it. It makes you wonder, what if the answer to our modern burnout isn't in the latest app, but in wisdom that's been around for centuries?